All right, we are back. Gonna play Sakura Bakushino again today. I was thinking about it, and well, I guess a new event started. Who's this? Fuji Kiseki. New support cards: Mijiro Ryan, Mijiro Arden. That Mijiro family's got a lot of family members there in the Mijiro clan. What is this? Is this part of the new transfer request? What was that? Where did it go? This thing. What the hell? Something something something. I saw something about this online. Okay. So, medium distance runner. What are you supposed to do? You just send them one of your horses? Is it I guess we could send this one or something. Oh, you can get star pieces in that horse, huh? Huh. That might be interesting. Maybe we can take a look at what horse star pieces we already have, maybe, and then I guess pick the one. Oops, that's not what I want. Pick the one where we might be the closest, possibly, or something. How do I could go to the storage, right? Let's just go to there. Alright, so we're not really very close to anybody. Actually, maybe Super Creek, sort of. Do we want to, what is she, a 2-star or 3-star? I think she's a 2-star runner. I guess we could give her a Super Creek. We might need 100 pieces though, right, to upgrade her. I think a 1-star we only need 50. So who the hell is this? I can't tell. It looks like Special Week, maybe? I don't think we own her though. I guess we could give him like Haru. Maybe it doesn't really even matter. I'll just give him whatever crap we have. You know? Don't want to really waste too much time looking through that nonsense. Okay. So, I think you do this one a day, I believe. So let's go ahead and send them something we have a lot of, maybe a Majora McQueen. She's already a 3-star though. Opening her up to, I mean, we do have a lot of them though, is the thing. Maybe Gold Ship? Gold Ship could be good to just get rid of, or Vodka? Vodka could also be good. Sure, why not? We'll just get rid of our lowest ranked horses. I mean, I think that makes sense, right? So let's give them the C+. Yeah, this one's not very good. So goodbye. Yeah, I don't mind that. Bam. We got another request. A runner with super speed. What is that? Speed D or higher? Oh, that's like crazy easy. Should I just keep feeding them vodkas? I think we should just stick with one horse here and just keep feeding them one horse the entire time. I guess we're feeding, I think we're feeding vodkas then. Seems like. I guess we can make sure that she's not good for anything. Not really. So yeah, let's just feed them this vodka. I guess we're doing some cleanup here. And then we could do it again. Maybe feed them this vodka. We might run out of vodkas here. I have no use for this vodka, so go ahead and feed them this one also. We're not really getting any star pieces. Is it because we already got star pieces? No, doesn't really matter. So I guess we could just send them whatever then, since we're not getting star pieces for this. So I guess we'll get rid of some of our crappier horses here. So yeah, I guess we'll send them this Haru. Yeah, not very good. So goodbye. Okay. And then another decent speed here. Maybe we could send them this, I guess we could send them another Haru. I think we should get rid of our lowest ranked horses here though. Don't think this one was very good either. Not really. So we'll go ahead and just send that over. And then yeah, I guess this one, sure, why not? It's one of our worst horses. Don't think we're losing anything by doing that. Not really. Dang, how many of these can we do? This is a lot. I think it's 3 more. This is a lot of this is kind of a lot of work. So much clicking involved. All right. Maybe 2 more. Looks like. All right, we'll just send all our worst horses here. It doesn't look like any of this is useful. I think we can do this once a day, so this will clean up our roster pretty quick. I think we'll just go in order of horses here that are just not very good. We got a ton of them, so yeah, goodbye. It looks like we finished all of that. Let's see here. You can get rewards and doing that, whatever. Okay. The higher the request level, the better rewards. The rewards vary. In addition, each request has a rank. The higher the rank, the better the rewards. Okay, whatever. Transfer, get rewards, get star pieces. Some requests, get star pieces. Okay. It doesn't say if it'll refresh, but I'm guessing every day you get a new set of these. So I guess that's a good way to get rid of your farm horses. Meh. Okay. So I think what is this? Do we have a free scout or something? There was a scout, like a horseshoe in the scout. Oh, is it because of the new runners or whatever? The new event? Unlock the new people here. Yeah. Okay, that's cool. I can't do anything about that. I don't have enough carrots anyway, so pointless for me to look at that. I was able to run a couple farms today. Nothing to report. didn't do so well. Um, the farms themselves were pretty good, but we didn't get any sparks really out of them. Let me see if I can... I don't think we can upgrade Sakura Bakushin any more than we have. Yeah, we're missing a ton of stuff here, so that's not gonna work. So we're gonna just go ahead and start a career with the deck that we sort of created yesterday at the end of the stream. I was thinking about it though, and I was like, huh, I don't know if sorry, I'm just looking at some of the inspiration stars here. Yeah, I guess, whatever. Wait, who is this? Okay. Alright. And then we're gonna use this one, I think. Our list kind of changed. No, it's not that one. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So we're gonna use that one. So what I was saying was that I was thinking of possibly replacing one of the power cards with the Haru Guts card for the training effectiveness. I was thinking that, but then I think just running it how it is, I think it's this deck here. It's 3 speed, 2 power, and 1 stamina. Super Creep. I think I'm just gonna stick with this for now and see how it performs. And then maybe I'll switch it up. I don't know. Probably not though. Maybe we'll see. Because the thing is, I think this card right here is the one I would swap out. It doesn't have any sort of training effectiveness on it. So the friendship bonus isn't that great either. It's only 20%. So that's why I was like, maybe doing Haru there, because wherever Haru goes, she's gonna give a bonus, right? At least of 12%. Whereas this one, it's not gonna give any bonus, even if they're, you know, if she shows up in a different training. Then even when she rainbows, it's only 20%, versus like a 28% here. She does have a good mood effect though, it's 40% on the mood effect. So that just means we have to keep our runner, our trainee, in a really good mood, pretty much, right? So, because Super Creek is actually really effective. I don't know, maybe I should run Haru. Because yesterday we ran Majuro Dober, right, instead. And we also ran Kitas in Black, so like a lot of cards were a lot different. But friendship bonus is 30% here, and mood effect is 30. No training bonus on this one either. So I don't know. It kind of feels like I think I'm gonna make the decision to swap this out actually for the training effectiveness. This could be a mistake. I think... Where the hell is she? Here she is. So we'll try this deck here. I think we ran something very similar to this on Haru's run, and her power ended up being just way too high. I mean, it can never be too high. What I mean is that that run wasn't like super optimized. So I'm gonna try this. I think this will definitely help a lot. Maybe we could try replacing this one as well. I don't think we have anything good here, though, to replace it with is the problem. Training effectiveness 1%. Yeah, that's not 1%. That's not even worth it. Sweep Tosho. She has good friendship bonus, but yeah. So this card probably would be a lot better if it was leveled up a little bit more, but unfortunately, it is not limit broken. This one has 5% on it, King Halo. But the friendship bonus isn't that much. So I don't know that that it's really that much better. And then this one, not the greatest either. I think there's a reason why it's in our deck right now. So I think we'll try this. Hopefully that training effectiveness is really going to help us. So we'll just start the career. Boom. And if it doesn't work out, then we could always run her again with the power card instead. But I have a feeling the training effectiveness is going to be more useful for us than the other power card, which is just a flat stats and power. And then the mood effect was probably a little bit better. Which means... I think that means we're gonna hunt for... We don't really need to hunt for friendship as much, because we don't need Haru to rainbow out, really. That's not really the why she's here, right? She's here for her training effectiveness, which we'll get no matter what. So... these trainings are just kind of trashy, so let's go ahead. I'm not really happy with any of these, so let's go ahead and do the recreation. I don't know. Okay, speed, I like that. Wit is also good. What is this? 17. This is 27. Yeah, I think we need to go with 27. Nothing looking good here, so we'll take the rest. We are going to be watching the races today because I do have food today that I need to eat. So we'll be watching some of the races, even though it might not be that interesting since I'm not buying any skills. What? What? Is it frozen? What happened? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dumplings or yakisoba? I don't know. Okay, I guess that was mood. And yakisoba was probably something else. What the? What? Why is that a failure? That was a 10% failure. There's a 90% success rate and I gotta fail. That's it's bullshit. Alright, let's just take the rest then. We can take a Haru skill? Sure, why not? Foursome? I like the foursome. Alright. So... she's naturally a pace setter. And there's only one other front runner there. I think we can maybe leave her alone. So let's go ahead and just race. I think since it's so easy to get her to 1200 in her career, especially in PvP, I think Sakura Bakushino, there's going to be a lot of 1200s, right? 1200 speed Sakura Bakushinos. So maybe running her as a pace setter actually makes a lot more sense. Because at the end of the race, we'll have a higher top speed as a pace setter than a front runner would. You know what I mean? So I think this is the case where pace setting makes sense to do. We're trying to outplay the other trainers, you know what I mean? I think for the most part, most people are running her as a front runner probably. I think the Sakura Bakushino we lost to yesterday in the team trials was a pace setter, but this is not looking good at all. Why is she in last place? This is so bad. Maybe I do need to run her as a front runner. At least maybe in a career. This is terrible. Wow. That was horrible. Okay. I don't know what happened there. 7th place? Okay, we're not off to a good start here at all. Oh, I guess we didn't have to win though. I don't think. No, we do have to win. Okay. Let's see. We could do a race right away, I guess. Let's check our trainings here. If there's a good one, then we'll take the training, and if there's not, then we'll take the race. I mean, I don't see any that are like crazy good, so maybe just taking the race right away makes sense here to do. And then I guess we will front runner because for whatever reason she didn't do so well. I think running as a front runner she won't have any issues. That's kind of a bummer, waste of a turn there. I guess pace setting might have worked because I think the girl behind her is the front runner. So there was only one other one. But, nah. Oh, nice. That's a good one. That's a good, decent one. 3 foursomes. I like foursomes. Another foursome. High failure percentage though. Oh, that one's pretty good too. That's a foursome and a half. We'll do that one instead. Less risky, but still the same benefit. Okay, I think we'll take the rest here. I don't think Gold Ship's hint is really going to be all that useful. That one? That's a foursome. A fivesome. You don't see that too often. Alright. I think we're just gonna leave her as a front runner. That's probably the safest option right now. Which is probably because her stats are kind of low and everything. So, and our speed is like ridiculously high compared to everything else. So she might struggle a little bit in any other category. Alright. I think we're gonna need, I think, like 40,000 fans before January of your senior year, I believe, to level up your ult. I think. Which means we should probably take a race somewhere. Maybe not senior year, maybe it's the year after. Because usually I'll run the Rima Keenan on what's her face, Musume McQueen, and we still have time for her ult to level up. So maybe next year is kind of yeah, this is a little early to be thinking about that right now. I guess we can run some of these. I guess we can schedule something. Maybe this one. We do need to farm this for Daiwa Scarlet. So let's go ahead and schedule that one. And then, you know, if we don't, you know, can't run it, then we won't run it. Like, it's not like a super must-have kind of thing. It's just kind of, well, it'd be nice if we got it kind of thing. You know what I mean? So if by the time we get to the scheduled race we're kind of like, well, this training's better, we'll just take the training instead, or whatever else happens. Alright, we're starting to get rainbows now. Oh, that's a nice rainbow. I wonder if I should take this guts training. 26% failure rate. We do get a decent amount of stats though. Might be worth it. Yes. Hopefully the next training is not the greatest. No rainbows, so yeah, it doesn't look like it. So good. Good time to rest. Looks like power is the one we want to take here. So we'll do that. And racing. Hopefully I don't jinx it by saying this, but this run hasn't been so bad. We didn't win our maiden race, but we only really lost one turn to that. We've been getting decent training, like not bad, you know. We easily could have gotten a lot worse trainings. So I think at the end of the day, we're kind of breaking even here. So I don't think it's that bad of a run. It's actually okay. It's pretty good, actually. Oh, we got a lot of skills. So Okusho, if the trainings aren't good here, then running Okusho probably makes a lot of sense. I guess this one could be okay. Yeah, this one would be okay. No rainbows though. Maybe if Super Creek was rainbowing here, I would take that. But since they're not, let's go ahead and race this. Uh-oh. Doesn't look like we're gonna win. Nope. Well, that was kind of a waste. Dang it. Fifth is not good. We need 40,000 fans by the new year. We'll see where she's at after this race here that's coming up. She does run a lot of races, so maybe we don't need to run any extra ones. Well, we tried to farm the sash for Scarlet, or Daiwa Scarlet, so, you know, can't blame us for trying to do two birds, one stone. Efficiency is the name of the game, you know? At least we're winning our career races. Maybe it was too soon for a G1. I would take that rainbow, but it is almost summer, so I'm going to take the rest instead. Oh, nice. I think this would finish off friendship levels and stuff. We do need some wit though. The stat levels are stat points are pretty similar as well. I kind of don't want to level up Haru's friendship level, because then she's gonna rainbow in guts, and I don't really want her to do that, honestly. I want her to kind of like keep just roaming around into the different categories. I mean, eventually we can't avoid it. She's gonna her friendship level is gonna get, you know, high enough to where she's gonna start rainbowing, but you know, I kind of want to delay it as long as I can, if I can. I guess it doesn't matter, she's showing up in guts anyway. I do want to take this, but the failure rate is really high. I'm just scared now because we've been failing like 10% trainings and stuff. And we do need wit anyway. So I guess I'm a pussy. I'm a big pussy. Alright, I think we're just gonna take the rest here because I didn't really like any of the trainings there. And then we'll see how she does in this race. She has 26,000 fans. We can get up to 13,000 from this one. That'll get us to 40k, I think, if she wins. And then, does she have a race after that soon-ish? Senior year, late March. So we might need to take one more race after this. Possibly, depending on how she does. We need 40k in January, I believe. And then we need 50k by April. So actually her regular races might get us there. Oh, damn it. Second place isn't gonna cut it. Yeah, we might need to run at least one more race here. We do have 11 turns. So we'll take a look at the races we could take. We need about 10k, I want to say. So it looks like we need to take a G1. We could do this one. The mile championship. Yeah, that might be the only one really that we're eligible for, and that has the fan count. That makes sense to do. So yeah, we'll schedule the mile, whatever the thing was, this one. Okay. I'm just checking to see if any of the trainings are good. but they're not really. So it makes sense to take this race now. Hopefully we win. Our stamina might be a little on the low side for a mile. If this was a sprint, it'd be a lot easier, but what can you do? Oops. Hopefully she can hold on here. Hold. Oh, she's on the outside though. Hold it. Hold it. Hold. Hold. Yeah, she won. Cool. I think that'll take care of our ult requirements. Yeah, we're over 50 grand now, so that should take care of her unique skill leveling up. That is a lot of stats. 33, that's 50 stat points. Her ult's not leveling. That is a lot of stats again. Her ult should be leveling up here. I think Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is a good time for it to go. It didn't go. That's interesting. What is with this back-to-back-to-back guts trainings? Does it level up next year? The year after? I thought it was this year. Maybe for Sakura Bakushino the requirements are different than Majuro McQueen's. That is possible. And I just don't know what those requirements are. I guess I could look it up. Let me see if I can pull this up real quick. Sakura, Bakushino, unique skill, level up requirements. 60,000 fans? Oh, son of a bitch. 70,000 fans? So it's 60 and 70, and then 120. Oh, so it's a lot higher than Majora McQueen's. Majora McQueen's is only 40 and 50. So you need 20,000 more. Okay, well that's a fail. We didn't get that this time around, for sure. That's kind of a bummer. Maybe we'll be able to get one here. Possibly. Probably not. Oh well. Now I know. I thought they were all the same for all the horses, but I guess they're not. That's a really high barrier for, you need to run like 2 or 3 extra races then on her. Are we gonna lose? What the hell's going on? Oh, we got a gold inspiration. That's funny, they give you the inspiration after the race. I guess there's another one coming up though, so. Double rainbow. This is tempting, but we're coming up on summer. I think we should rest here to prepare for that. And I'm looking to get wit up to around 400, so we need to train wit a couple more times, maybe once or twice, probably twice. I don't think our ult's gonna level up at all this run. So even if she ends up doing pretty well and we get decent stats this run, this might not be the best PvP horse. Like, you know, the unique skill is a free skill, right? You get it for free, so you might as well level it up. So we might have to rerun this. That's my fault. I didn't know the requirements for her unique skill to level up. I didn't know it was 60,000 fans. I thought it was like 40. I don't know if we can even get that, honestly. Because she might not be strong enough to win any of the G1s. Especially that early in her career. Maybe if we train more stamina, possibly. Because the G1s with the big fan counts are miles, right? They're not sprints. And that's why she was losing them. So we need to focus on stamina earlier in her career. So basically you would need to, you know, start off training stamina and then kind of transition over to speed after that. I mean, I guess we could do that. See, because these sprints are only like 5,000 fans, 6,000 fans. It's not that many. It seems to me like the longer the race, the more fans it has. Like Arima Keenan is 30,000 fans. It's also the biggest race, right? So that has something to do with it. But some of the longer races also have like 10,000, 20,000. Whereas the shorter ones, not so many. I guess from like a fan viewpoint, a longer race would be more exciting to watch in some ways. It's basically building a lot of suspense, right? Like there's time for like storylines to develop, you know what I mean? Versus in a sprint, it just happens so fast that, you know, it's just whoever's, you know, running the fastest just wins. So there's no time to develop like a narrative within the race of like, oh, you know, gold chip is, you know, moving up in the you know, in the crowd and whatever. People aren't doing that in a sprint. They're just, you know, going all out the whole time. The only suspense is if the horse in the lead runs out of juice, right? If they run out of gas. But that's not as interesting as like, there's not as much gameplay, I guess, and strategy involved and something like that. So it's not as interesting to watch from a fan perspective, I would say. Whew, that's a big number. Alright, let's race this. I think our stats are in a decent place. Wit is a little bit short. Our power is very low. It's very similar to what we were doing yesterday, actually. Not a whole lot of difference other than our wit is lower than it was yesterday. That's like the only difference. Did we win? We did. We're not getting Swinging Maestro to drop either. All right, last race of our career. We're at 1,000 speed. Yeah. Why did our mood go down? Hmm. I guess we'll take the guts. So maybe running Haru wasn't the best. It doesn't seem like her training effectiveness is really it's not giving us a whole lot here. I think her mood needs to improve here. Oh, that's good. I would like to have gotten some energy back as well, but that's fine. Well, I'm done eating, so I guess we could just kind of skip through this now a little bit. We should be coming in first for the most part. As a pace setter, I don't know. She might not. I guess maybe we could try switching her up now and seeing how she does in pace. I think her unique skill not upgrading is kind of a deal breaker though. But just kind of ruined the run, honestly, in a big way. Well, at least we got level 2 on it. I think this horse is worse than the one we made yesterday. And yesterday our RNG was really bad. I mean, this horse is more well-rounded though. There is that. Whoa. What is going on? Give me 1 second here. I think something went wrong here. There we go. Is it working? All right, let me make sure to switch back over. So you're not staring at my face the whole time. All right. Let's view the results here. Should be good. Don't have a lot of energy here, so I'm just gonna take the wit. And then maybe we'll get one more good training on the right before the finale. But yeah, I guess we can compare them after this run. But I don't think this run was better than yesterday's run, which is kind of interesting. That means Haru didn't have that great of an effect, even with her training effectiveness. Maybe because her friendship bonus isn't as high. Although that doesn't make a whole lot of sense because she only rainbows in guts. It's not like she's rainbowing anywhere else. We used Majuro Dober yesterday in our deck. And Majuro Dober doesn't have any training effectiveness. So I'm not exactly sure why. I guess it makes sense. I mean, I guess we'll just look at it at the end. no use talking about it now. Oh, I meant to skip through this. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. She is more well-rounded, it looks like. Guts might be a little high, actually. Probably don't need it to be that high. So I should have probably stuck with the original deck that I wanted to run. I think I second-guessed myself and, you know, thought about the training effectiveness, but it doesn't seem to have really helped us all that much. Because if some of it is that Haru needs to show up in the trainings that are rainbowing, right, for it to really have the most effect. And that's kind of a random occurrence, like it doesn't happen all the time. So I don't think we didn't get Swinging Maestro. We could turn her into a pace chaser. I don't know if huge lead really makes a whole lot of sense for a pace chaser then. All right, this is a B plus. I don't think our ult didn't level up. There's a lot of things went wrong actually in this career. Not that the RNG itself was that bad. I think the RNG was okay. It was decent. Yeah, it's a B plus. Not even close to me. So I think yesterday's run was actually probably a lot better. Yep, second, right? Yesterday was almost 10k, and today it's like almost 1,000 points lower. That's horrible. So our support deck, that just means our support deck was that much weaker than yesterday's support deck, right? And I guess that sort of makes sense because we basically what we did was we swapped out Kitasun Black for Gold Chip, so that's a downgrade, right? Kind of a big downgrade actually. And then we did upgrade our Mayano Top Gun for Super Creek, right? Since we ran Super Creek. And then we threw in Majuro Dober. We took out Majuro Dober and put in Haru instead. And that was kind of a wash, I think. It didn't really help us or hurt us. I think it was just like whatever. Oh, so close to that gold chip card. I kind of want to run another one. I'm out of the guest legacies, but maybe we could just run our own. Just to get that gold chip card. Because that's going to help us. I guess I could also just do that tomorrow during a farm, so I have it during an actual run. What is this? Complete a career playthrough having acquired the skill Professor of Curvature. Oh. Swinging Maestro. Beeline burst. Body and mind. So you gotta get skills basically. Wow, that's a lot of coins though. 20 grand? That is a lot of coins. Oh, it's just for this. Okay, so these, yeah, these are 20 grand too. Wow, that is a lot of coins. I was gonna say, like, is this even worth it? But 20 grand, that's a lot. Achieve career rank B or higher with a long aptitude A or higher. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's making you run different kinds of horses, huh? I don't know that I'm gonna do all of these. This seems like a lot of work. I might do the ones that make sense, you know, like when I'm farming, if they just get rid of some of these on their own. 200 G1 races in career. That's crazy. That's a lot. I mean, I guess this event's for a week, so I guess you could get there. Well, you get one of these things if you complete all the missions. Oh, okay, so that's the carrot they're dangling, huh? You get a 3-star pull. That makes sense to do then. I mean, 2-star is decent too. You have to complete 30 of them. That's probably not that hard, right? Completing all of them though. Obtain all-rounder. I don't even know what an all-rounder is. Obtain 10-0 sweep. I think we can do that one pretty easily. Senior autumn triple crown. These are very specific. You need to run like multiple careers, just focus on just this. Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see how close I get just from like playing normally. I think we did all the daily stuff though. Oh, this is just the regular, okay. So let's take a look at our 2 Sakura Bakushinos that we ran. I believe yesterday's run was a lot worse than today's. Right? But yesterday we got almost 1200 speed, 500, 500, and then sort of, you know, whatever there at the end. And we had a Kitasan Black in there. I guess we had Gold Chip in there as well. And then we had Dober and Mayano Top Gun. And then today we didn't get 1200, but we were pretty damn close. Stamina and power are kind of the same. They didn't really improve all that much, which makes sense because we ran the same amount of power cards today, right? Our guts was a little bit higher, like 100 points higher, and then wit was actually a little bit lower. So we basically like traded that, right? Because we had the Dober and then we ran the Haru today. So we just traded those stats basically between these 2 stats, for wit for guts. We might have run guts maybe 1 too many times, maybe too many times, something like that. But we swapped Super Creek out, or Super Creek for Kitasan Black, right? So I think the deck that we had assembled yesterday before I logged off the stream and decided to change today at the last minute to run Haru Rara. I think that's probably the best deck for us to use. It makes sense. Our guts and wit are going to be a little bit lower, so they might be in the high 300s, right? Like 350, 370, something like that. But at least I'm guessing our power stat is going to be a lot higher, right? And our stamina might be about this, something like this. So, I mean, yeah. So why don't we go ahead and change that then right now? So that was my bad, swapping in Haru at the last minute. Because I thought her training effectiveness would just be better. but it wasn't. Because this, right, Haru's training effectiveness might be 12%, which this card doesn't have. Right, it only has friendship bonus 20% and then kind of like nothing else. It does have initial power, and it does give a power bonus of 1. Right, and the mood effect is 40%. So if you're in a great mood, it gives a bigger bonus, but you have the chance for a double rainbow. And 20% is bigger than 12%, right? When you double rainbow. Whereas Haru, let's say she is there in the strength category, but she's not going to rainbow, right? So she's only giving you a 12%. I mean, she's giving you 12% everywhere, but the chances of her, I guess, showing up in the trainings that you're going to take for that 12% effectiveness to be useful is actually kind of low, it appears. She's not, unless you get really lucky, then she's just showing up in a lot of the trainings that you would take. It doesn't make sense. Getting the double rainbows actually makes more sense. This is the way I'm explaining it logically, I think. Is that on paper, it would look like running Haru Urara, who has a training bonus, whereas this card doesn't, would be a better result. But it actually wasn't. You know what I mean? And it's just because the trainings that you end up taking, Haru Urara, you know, barely shows up in, really. Right? Versus this one, at least it has a specialty priority of 50. And this one has a specialty priority of about 50. So about half the time they would show up together, and you're more likely to get a double rainbow, whereas with Haru, you're not going to get any double rainbows, right? And, you know, who knows if she'll even show up there or not. So at least this guarantees them showing up at the same place. You know, they might overlap a little bit more. So you'll get some double rainbows in there. So that's why the 3-2-1 strategy, you know, works well. Because especially, you know, the stat that you don't need so much of, in this case, Super Creek, the stamina stat, right? Because we're a sprinter. You only need one of those because you don't need those stats to be all that high. We're getting to 1200 with these 3 speed cards, which is actually kind of surprising for me. Maybe Haru helped with that a little bit, right? But we're really close to 1200 with not the best support cards here for speed. So I think that's, you know, pretty impressive. I think that's good. But then since we only ran one power card, we weren't getting that stat to go up at all, really, more than yesterday. I thought Haru might help with that, at least get to like 600 or something. But I guess she didn't really show up in power training that much. And I don't remember her actually being... I didn't really take that many power trainings, honestly. I maybe took it like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times total. Just because there were better rainbows in other places. Right? So using this deck now, with the original deck that I had planned for before I changed my mind today, should give us a better result, in power at least. Because they're more likely to rainbow out together. And then Super Creek rainbowing by herself, you know, we'll take that whenever there's nothing else to take, or whatever. So that's set there. And, you know, that's good to know, actually. I think that was a good run to run for educational purposes. Not just for you, but for me as well. Now I know. And also because that run wasn't, you know, ideal. Because we didn't get her her unique skill to level up all the way. Because I wasn't aware of the fan count that she needed specifically. I guess each horse has their own set of criteria that you have to meet before their ult levels up. We only got to level 2. It should be a level 4. And we missed it because her fan count was 10,000 more than Majora McQueen's. She needs 50 and 60,000. I think it's 50 and 60, or was it 60 and 70,000? Something like that. It was around like 50 or 60,000. I think it was 60 and 70,000 fans. So 60,000 fans by January of her senior year, and then 70,000 fans by the end of April. Or it wasn't January, I think it's Valentine's Day of senior year is 60,000 fans, and then 70,000 fans by the end of April that same year, and then 120,000 fans by the end of December of her senior year. So we only got one of those. So I only got her to, I think, 50,000 fans. I got her to 50,000 fans, and then so it didn't level up. So ideally, if we were gonna run this in PvP, we would have to rerun this horse again anyway. You know what I mean? And we didn't get Swinging Maestro, didn't drop. That's the whole reason I ran Super Creek, was to get Swinging Maestro. But it didn't drop for us, for whatever reason, I don't know. We did get a good Inspirations though, so that was kind of a waste, because we got Triumphant Pulse here, which is the ult of Die with Scarlet, I think? No, somebody else on that side. And we got a ton of skills from that golden inspiration, but kind of a waste on this horse. Is this horse better than the other one? No, it's not. The point value was a lot lower. So we'll have to run this again. I don't know if I will run this on stream, because I'm not planning on streaming this weekend, either tomorrow or this weekend at all. I'll probably end up unlocking Gold Ship here during one of my farms during the weekend. So I might just run Sakura Bakushino on my own and then show you the results after. And I wouldn't be doing anything different. I'd be using that support deck that I showed you that we came up with yesterday that I apparently did not run today. And then just, running the races. Or I guess I could do it on stream. I don't know if I want to do 3 Sakura Bakushino streams in a row. I would run it again right now if I could, but we don't have any guest legacies left for the day. I used them all. So yeah, I think I'll just do it on my own time and then show you the results. And then you can look at the you can look at which races I ran for her career to get the fan count up in here in the career info, right? So I'll just say, oh, we ran whatever to get X amount of fans, and then we did this one and then this one or whatever. I think we'll have to run at least like 2 or 3 on her to get to the fan count that we need, because it's so much higher than Majiro McQueen's required fan count. We need to run at least like two races, maybe, at least, maybe 3. We definitely need to win Okusho, or we need to get first basically in everything, which we didn't do. We got like 3rd and 2nd. We got first after that. So I think that was because of our stamina was a little low. So I think focusing more stamina training in the beginning of her career makes a lot of sense. I mean, I haven't farmed Sakura Bakushino hardcore yet, so I don't know all the ins and outs of her career. So I'm sort of still learning it, like what the best practices on her career are, because it seems like every runner has their own sort of like things that they need. Like Majiro McQueen, she's really good when you have like, especially when you're farming her, if she has like an even amount of stats the whole way, then she'll pretty much get first all the time. She has like these little hiccups that she gets in the very beginning of her career. So right now what I'm doing during the Majiro McQueen farms is just watching the first couple races. The first race I'll just watch it, because I realize that when you view results, the results are a little bit different from when you watch it. Like if she's a #1 favorite horse, then she shouldn't lose, right? It doesn't make sense for her to lose. And I also front run her first 2 races also, just because she could get stuck, she could get boxed in or whatever. So pretty much every runner, I think you should front run for the first couple races, right? That's kind of what I'm getting from having farmed a bunch of Majiro McQueens at least. And I farmed like vodkas and stuff too. I farmed other characters. But in general, what I've been sort of finding out is that front running at least the first couple of races in the career makes a lot of sense. just because then you don't have to deal with all the nonsense, especially when your stats are low and they can't like, get around the other horses as easily as they could when they're a little bit more powerful later on in their career. So you can switch them back. Um, but in general, in the beginning, front running them makes a lot of sense, even if they're not good at front running. Just so you don't have to deal with the BS. You know what I mean? Unless they're all like gold chip or something, their ult depends on them, being in the back of the group or whatever. Then okay, whatever. But other than those special cases like that, most of them I think would benefit from just front running, at least the first couple races, and then you can switch them back over once your power level and your stamina level are a little higher, right? All right, so yeah, I think I'll just run some Sakura Bakushin. Whoa, I'll run some Sakura Bakushino on my own, and then sort of report back on Monday what my results were. I'm hoping for an A, and I'm using the deck that we just the same one from yesterday that I shouldn't have changed it. I should have just ran that one. This one. So I'm gonna run this deck on my own with Super Creek, and then I'll try to get her the fan count that she needs. I'm probably gonna try to farm Okasho, just because I know Daiwa Scarlet needs that for potential unlock. And then a couple other races, whatever I can get to get her fan count up. And then, yeah, and then hopefully I'll have an A Sakura Bakushino on Monday that I can show you. And then we'll run Daiwa Scarlet on Monday, I believe is the plan. Because that's the next one in the list that needs to be updated. And I think we can... What the hell's going on here? I think we can unlock her potential quite a bit. Yeah, up to level 4. So this is why I was gonna farm some Okasho races, because we need those to level her up. I guess we're missing some of these too anyway. Shukasho. So I guess it doesn't really matter actually, me farming this. So I guess I won't try to farm these sashes with Sakura Bakushino. I'll just do whatever is best for her career, which is probably what I should be doing. But we can at least unlock Daiwa Scarlet to potential level 4 on Monday, and then run her career. Probably using the distance runner deck that we built, because Daiwa Scarlet is a medium and mile runner, and kind of a long, sort of long, not really. So that should probably do pretty well. The long distance deck should be good on her. She might be good with the farming deck also. Just having 600 skill points straight across could also be decent on her. But yeah, if she's front running or pace setting, then yeah, probably the long distance one. The mile. Alright, well that's it for today. Yeah, hopefully this weekend I'll be able to unlock that gold chip in the event, because that's the last one I need, and then maybe knock some of these stupid things out of is there like multiple events happening right now? Transfer request. How do you like change this? Oh, just by itself? You have to wait? That's kind of a bummer. Where was that thing where this thing special? Training the trainer. So yeah, I'll try to do some of these I guess during the weekend also, hopefully. And then maybe we'll get close to, getting a 3-star recruit. And if we run out of recruits or trainees, actually I do have these cleats that I can use to buy some more. So I do have 110 of these things, and you can buy, I could buy 2 of them at least. Right, what is the SR guaranteed make debut ticket? What is that? Used to guarantee an SR or higher in the make debut scout. Can be used from the scout list. Oh, so this is a support card, right? Is what I'm getting. And then so I guess I could buy a couple of trainee scout tickets. So we have some new horses to run. So I'm not running the same shit. But yeah. So I don't know. We'll play it by ear on that, if I need a new horse or not. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you today. And yeah, I guess I'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.